We've come to the market at Versailles. I'm wearing so many clothes. Look. It's so different than it was yesterday. It was all empty yesterday, I don't remember. Let's take a look around. Pumpkins, organic. Are they squash? I don't know.
Chickens aren't even.
This is cheese heaven. We just finished up at the market and I think we're gonna head back. Maybe we're gonna get some lunch. I'm not sure. Good morning, guys. So my hair's still wet even though I've already been outside. I've already had like a whole morning. I totally missed my alarm this morning because I think I'm still super jet lagged. So I woke up in the middle of the night last night and then I couldn't fall asleep until like 4:30 and I set my alarm for 7, but yeah, this is a really bad angle. So yeah, I totally missed my alarm at 7 o'clock. Well, we're supposed to meet downstairs at like 8:30 or 8:45 to go to breakfast in town, and I woke up at like 8:15. And I don't know how this happens because there must be some kind of like fate involved, because I literally woke up and I was like, oh, it's still dark because the sunrise is really late here. And I woke up and I was like, oh, well, maybe I should just look at my phone. And I don't know how my phone got next to me because I do remember putting it up to like charge last night. So I looked at my phone and I was like, oh my God, it's 8:15. So I jumped up out of bed and I got ready and I like made it just in time. We went to the market in town today, which is where we were yesterday when we went to the cathedral, that huge market square. Today it was like totally different because there was a market. It happens like 3 days a week. It was so cool and like so unbelievable because, I mean, obviously in New York we have green markets and stuff, but it's a totally different offering because in New York we only have certain kinds of regional produce. And then of course there are like so many more people in New York, so it's always super crowded, like really intense, and it just didn't have that sort of housed feeling. So this market had like permanent buildings built on all 4 corners. So those would house more like permanent vendors. And in the middle there was like, you know, meat vendors, and then there were vegetable vendors, and there were organics and cheeses and stuff like that. It was amazing. And I loved so much that it just wasn't crowded. That was by far the best thing. So we did that. Now we're back here at the hotel. We have someone else joining our group. He just flew in this morning, and then I think we're meeting in about 20 minutes to go out for lunch, which should be pretty fun. This hotel actually has like such amazing food, and I've been so blown away by the food options here, but sometimes it is nice to just get out and like be able to like go for dinner or go for lunch outside and just explore the town. So super excited to do that. Anyway, as you can tell, my voice is slightly better. I have this theory that like, so last night in the middle of the night when I woke up, I had like the worst cough and my throat hurt so much. And this is really strange, but when something like Manuka honey or like honey is not available to me, the other thing that makes my throat feel instantly better is chocolate. So there was some chocolate in the mini bar, so I had chocolate and it instantly made my sore throat go away. I was still coughing and the cough was really, really bad. So I like went back to bed and I like slept with like 3 pillows under my head to like help elevate my head. And so it helps your cough and it helps like the gross whatever is going on in your lungs. So I feel like every time like your sickness is really bad in the middle of the night, by morning you're like a little bit better. It's like when you have a fever in the middle of the night, you can't sleep because your fever is so out of control and you're like gross and like clammy. By the morning usually you're like slightly better because you sort of get over the hump in the middle of the night when your body's going through some kind of healing process. At least that's my theory. I'm no doctor. Let's take a look outside. So outside you can see it's like a little overcast, but it's not like as rainy and dark as it was yesterday. You see there's a little light breaking outside. The light here is actually really amazing outside. I feel like I had this moment this morning when we were at the market where I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in like a film. And I don't know if you ever get this feeling where you live, but I mean, I live in New York City, so I don't ever feel like I'm in a film when I'm in New York City, or maybe it's because I'm jaded because I grew up there. My hair looks crazy. But in LA, for example, I feel like every time And no matter where you are in LA, or like no matter what time of year it is, there's something about the light in LA that always makes you feel like you're in a film, or it's just like the most perfect light. There's something about like the desert and the sea and the mountains. And there's something like, I wonder, I don't know how to describe it, but I know people have written about it. And I remember reading an essay by Bret Easton Ellis about the color of LA and like the light there. It is really special. And here in like Paris and in this part of France, and we're on the outskirts of Paris now, there's something also very magical about this light and the way that everything looks, and urban planning and the buildings and all that stuff, that you just feel like you're in a film all the time. And in a way, it looks like it, and you look around, you're like, this is just so quintessentially Paris and so quintessentially Versailles. I mean, especially Versailles, because it's so like such a regal and like noble place. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna get ready. We're gonna go to lunch, and then I think in the afternoon I'm actually working on the story, so I'm gonna be doing some reporting. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to film when I'm doing that, but if I can, I'm gonna take you guys with me, but if not, I'll see you guys later. I don't know if I'm going the right way, but I've been promised animals, so we're gonna go find some animals. Okay guys, I'm just now following the sounds of the roosters. There's an animalerie here. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Chickens. Hi, chickens. Chickens? 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 Hi, chickens. Hello. Hi. Hi, chickens. There's so many chickens. Look at this fluffy chicken. Hi, fluffy chicken. Hi. Hello. Hi, fluffy chicken. Hello. Look at that chicken with the long tail. Hi. You have a beautiful tail. These are like the birds we saw in Africa. I can't remember what they're called, but they used to be on the side of the road. They're all like spotted. Look at this one with the beautiful fluffy feet. Fluffy feet chicken.
Oh yeah, I think you told me about that. That's really weird.
These chickens are so awesome. Look, it says, my name is Papa Pew. Je suis le papa de Pew. That one, he's so fluffy. So fluffy. Hey guys, what's up? I'm back in my hotel room. Just a quick pit stop now before I go do a couple of interviews for the story I'm working on. Yeah, I think we're like almost halfway through the process. This is one of the bigger, like longer term story projects that I've worked on. Usually if I do features, they tend to be reported features. I don't usually do immersive features, so this has been a really interesting process for me as a writer. I've really enjoyed it. I think there's something about spending a lot of time with the people you're writing about that adds something extra to a story. At the same time, it makes it so much more challenging. I don't know if you guys have experienced this too, but when you're doing a reported piece that you know you have to hit a certain word length and you know what like the point of the piece is, you go in with very directed and like focused, like, you know, very specific questions, because I mean, as a writer, I usually know how a story will play out in my mind and what the structure is going to be. In fact, I tend to write better when I know the structure ahead of time. And that goes for everything from like a daily story to something that takes a few days to complete or a few weeks to complete. I think web stories, I have this whole theory that web stories, there are really only like, you know, a dozen or so formats a web story can really take. So as an experienced writer, once they're given a story or once they think of a story, they immediately know which format or one or two options for formats that the story could take, and you do your research and write accordingly. Anyway, This has been really interesting because it's a little bit more freeform. So I'm still sort of toying with how the story will look physically, like what the layout will look like online, like within an article template of a website. But at the same time, I'm also toying with the idea of making it prose, and if a story arc emerges, like if something really remarkable happens, because we really are only 2 days into it, so a story arc could emerge. If a story arc emerges, it could turn into a prose piece or something that feels more like storytelling. So that is TBD. The story writing on this, the writing on this story is actually going to be a really quick turnaround. So once I leave France on the weekend, I basically need to turn the story around immediately, which will be really interesting. But I hope by Thursday I'll have a really strong sense of where we're going. Does this make any sense? It's hard to say because it's so vague and I'm not really telling you guys what it's about. Anyway, stay tuned. Hopefully this all makes sense at the end of the week. So yeah, it's kind of cold out. I'm gonna head downstairs to do some interviews. Yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, what's up? I just got back to my room. I spent the afternoon doing interviews and reporting the story that I'm working on for next week, and it has been so interesting. It's not totally different than stuff I've done before, but in terms of process, it has been. Like, so in terms of subject matter, it's definitely something that I've written about before, that I have experience in, but the process has been just so eye-opening, and being able to be in the place where something is happening, like, sort of, I mean, not like, you know, not like history is being made, but sort of like history is being made. It's really, really interesting just to be here firsthand and to witness it and to get to ask questions and be the only writer here and be the person who, you know, I don't know, people are really open to when they're not like crowded by a bunch of reporters, and when they feel comfortable with you and they know that you're not out to, you know, write some like hit piece, that you're out to like support their careers. I don't know, it's been really, really interesting. I've really, really enjoyed it so far. We're only on day 2. My cough has gotten slightly better, as you can tell. Like, I sound sort of normal, but just like a teeny tiny bit hoarse. I'm gonna chill out here for a few minutes. I'm gonna go downstairs, have a drink with one of the organizers, and then I'm just gonna hang out. And I think tonight is like the only night of the week where we have just like a really quiet, like, you know, non-group dinner situation. So I'm just gonna hang out and answer emails and do stuff like that. So nothing super, super interesting happening tonight. I am excited to like sort through all the pictures I took and, you know, just do a bunch of stuff tonight, just organizationally, because now I feel like I know the direction of where the story is going. So yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching again. This is also kind of a random vlog because there were like chickens, and then there were also, I don't know, just random things, plants, I don't know. Anyway, so that's what my time in France has been like so far. I hope you're having a great, great week. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you are enjoying my random vlogs, like really, really random. Sometimes it's beauty, sometimes it's travel. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.